Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University and Domino, issue number 7. Alright, let's get into this, because this was a fairly interesting comic book. Not a great comic book, not the best issue I've read yet, but pretty good. So, Soldiers of Fortune, Part 1. This is a brand new story arc we're starting. Gail Simone is the writer, David Baldeón is the artist, Jesus Aburtov is the colorist, VC's Clayton Cowles on letters, and I'm going to butcher this, and I'm sorry in advance, Gang Hyuk Lim on cover art. All of it is freaking awesome. This is cool. So, first off, we're going to start off with this ridiculously sexy picture of, come on, get lucky. Yeah, Domino's just looking good. And of course, then she's in her little pajamas thing and just blah. Wakandan girl shows up. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. But she, this kind of bothers me a little bit. She's basically saying, I need you to go and retrieve this box, okay, this package. Don't open it, bring it back to me, and I'm going to pay you 4 times as much as you used to getting. Right there, alarm bells should have exploded. And they kind of did, but it wasn't quite the explosion I was looking for. Anyhow, they go and mention, okay, this is going to sound a little bit, almost, look, I'm not trying to attack anybody, all right? I'm not trying to put blame or anything or whatever. I'm not trying to call anybody anything. Here's this African girl. I know it's fictitious country, Wakanda, but here's an African country where they said this girl is 16 years old, and when she was 12, she was leading armies. I'm sorry. As a guy with an East African wife, the idea of child soldiers is a fairly touchy subject, and that's exactly what is being referenced here. I'm not suggesting that Gail Simone is purposely trying to, touch on this, because I'm pretty sure if she were to touch on it, it would be more of a lesson sort of thing. I think that she was more focused on saying that Wakandans are awesome, because they kind of freaking are, but I think that she may have missed over the idea of child soldiers. Look, we can't all be socially aware of every freaking thing in the world. I say things sometimes where somebody's like, hey man, do you know that? And I'm like, oh, actually, I did not know that. Or, you know what? I wasn't even thinking of that. In this particular case, I think that Miss Simone maybe overstepped. That's all I'm going to suggest. The idea of a 12-year-old child soldier, unacceptable in any country. But especially, like, this is Africa we're talking about? Bruh. So, anyway, they're going to go, and what's in the box is pretty sick. But I'm not going to tell you what's in the box. Buy the freaking comic book. What I will say is that they come across a vampire tribe. This was interesting, because this was a very distinct kind of vampire. And they're trying to indicate that these were kind of the brides of Dracula in some regards. Mind you, this is the X-Men's Dracula, the Marvel Universe Dracula. But for all intents and purposes, these are basically like, these are not maybe not necessarily the brides of Dracula, but, like Vincent Price level. But yeah, these were brides, and apparently consumed by Dracula. Anyway, all that being said, this was a pretty cool comic book, and it's the beginning of a story arc, and it tells me that this is going to be an insanely awesome story arc. One thing that I would like to see now, I understand some of the intricacies about how girls, get friends and whatnot. With guys, we'll get a whole bunch of friends, and we'll maybe have one person we'll call our best friend. Girls will have a much smaller retinue of friends, and they will all be the best friends. They'll all be besties. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The problem here is that this seems like one of those toxic kind of relationships where both of the other girls are fawning over Domino. Everything is about Domino. We got freaking Diamondback, who's a character much more established than Domino, and yet we don't have hardly anything about her. In the annual, we finally learned something about Inez, which was, hey, finally, it's about time, outlaw. But, yeah, look, these two can't constantly be fawning over her, because for me, I just see it as they're just backup dancers. And nobody wants to be a backup dancer in a relationship. Nobody wants to be, and that's any relationship. I was going to go on with all the different, I could just simply say, in any relationship. I don't care if it's a spousal thing, if it's a friendship thing. I don't care if it's a whatever thing, a sibling thing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be the freaking backup dancer. All right? So I'm not feeling her friends right now. I feel like if they don't start getting more attention, more of them don't get in the forefront. I know the book is called Domino, all right? I'm just, yes, I know. I can see it. I can read. But if they don't start getting a little bit more attention instead of just being the backup dancers, I'm just, yeah, man, not doing it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling those characters right now. So, yeah, I would like more attention to that. After that, though, this was a good story. This makes me want to read the next issue in a really bad way. All right. Go and grab the book. Find out what's in the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? What movie is that from? Kudos to the first person who mentions in the comics. What book is that? What movie that's from. And I want to know the actor who said it. All right. I'm out. Professor Bell, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.